Good morning, students. Once again, after the first small poetry by Robert Frost, Dust of Snow, let's have another small poetry with a deep meaning again, underlying it by Robert Frost himself again. And this is Fire and Ice on page number 15. See the adjoining page. Besides Dust of Snow, we got a small poetry again, Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. First stanza, very simple. Poet Robert Frost says that people all over the world have got two different opinions of the world to end. And either it could be fire, the cause of destruction of the world, or it could be ice. But in the first stanza, poet says that he supports the people who feel that fire will engulf the earth. Fire will be the culprit to end this world. Let's see. But if it had to perish, if earth had to perish means what? If the earth had to die, the people had to die twice, I think I know enough of hate. Here in these two lines, Robert Frost says what? If earth had to die twice, then he says that he is wise enough, and being a poet and quite an experienced person in life with a lot of wisdom he has seek by so many experiences, he says what? It would definitely end twice, but along with fire, and which element of fire will result in the destruction of earth twice? That is hate. Hatred is one of the strong human emotion, which is again a sub part of what? Fire. Hatred is belonging to which category? Fire. To say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. But poet Robert Frost in last three lines simply says that what? Ice cannot be underestimated. If fire is a strong contender to end the earth, destroy the earth forever, ice is also quite strong enough. It can also be reason of earth's destruction on a mass scale. At the flip side of the coin, poet ends the poetry here, but I want to students edify and inform you, because couple of value based questions are asked which are beyond these poetic lines, and for them to understand and write, you have to listen to the speech which is going to be henceforth continued. Please be attentive, students. Now, to begin, for the VBQ questions, value-based question, I would like to add to the poetry couple of things. And the first I want to talk is about the theme of the poetry, Fire and Ice. The theme of the poem is the destructive potential of hatred and desire. I repeat, the theme of the poem is the destructive forces, potential of destructive forces of hatred and desire. This theme also illustrates a proverb which is called Hobson's Choice. One of the scientists and also a research analyst of human behavior, Mr. Hobson, he has a proverb which is very popular known as Hobson's Choice. He is to emphasize the importance of this message of Earth's destruction in a tight and a clipped way, either by fire or ice. Whether fire is the culprit, student, or ice takes the toll of Earth or ends the Earth finally, whoever becomes the reason. But you know what? The effect is mankind will perish forever. With the end of the earth, humanity at large will be destroyed. So what is inevitable? Destruction. It has to happen. Right? This is the Hobson's choice. And this gives poem Fire and Ice a more profound and a significant underlying deep current to understand. Also, the poet here uses contrasting elements, fire and ice, to explain its power of destroying world. By fire, he metaphorically means the destructive nature of human emotions like desire and hatred, while ice signifies, students, ice signifies the feelings which is bereft of love, affection and sympathy. Because we know ice is associated with what? Cold, isolation. And when human emotions like hatred, deprivation of love, affection and sympathy, they all are associated with ice. Right? And hence, both the type of human emotions, right, they are bound, they are quite potentially strong enough not only for self-destruction of human beings, but also the destruction of earth at large. If fire leads to rapid destruction, one should not forget that ice would be able to a silent damage. So both are equally powerful, whether it's fire or it's ice. You want to die, human beings want to die by burning in flames of fire, well, their choice. Or else they want to freeze to death, ice would be the culprit, again their choice. Why I added their choice? It is because, students, the deeds of human being, the way they interact with the surroundings, the nature, the pollution, the way they damage the environment will decide whether fire will be the cause of destruction of the earth or else ice will do the needful. But whatever happens, ultimately earth will be destroyed and mankind will be perished. And here, as such, the two contrasting elements, fire and ice, both would be just as good as to destroy the world. That is, both of them are quite powerful to destroy the earth. Do not forget this, students. And the poet also has compared fire to the dark side of humanity. He says fire represents hatred and lust. According to the poet, lust is a greater evil because desire or lust, they both cause war, and mankind is quite ambitious to fight the war. How can we forget the World War I and World War II, followed by Cold War in the history of the modern world, which ended, though in 1990, between the two superpowers, that is USA on one hand and USSR on the other hand. Finally it ended with what? Disintegration of the mighty USSR into one Russia and the small 15 countries, right? So this is what it is. Poem Fire and Ice, students, also represents the two evils, that is hatred and lust, which will lead to the destruction of the world on a large scale. According to the poet, fire stands for what? Desire, greed and avarice. Desire, greed and avarice, they are in the ascending order. Desire leads to greed, greed leads to avarice. So in the poetic device I use, it is a figure of speech called climax, wherein the words are arranged in the ascending order. But children, here mere words are not arranged. What is arranged in the ascending order is what? The human emotions. First the desire starts. Desire kindles what? Greed. And greed finally leads to what? Avarice. Avarice is what? Strong jealousy, which leads to killing of one man against the other. It leads to mass scale destruction of mankind. And the more you try to satisfy, as it is said, the more you try to satisfy such human emotions, the more they grow. Means they will never be satisfied. They grow unsatiated. There is no end to them. They spread rapidly like fire and they ruin one's life. On the other hand, if ice, according to the poet, is going to be the cause of destruction of earth, students, then ice also is not insignificant. It stands for what? Coldness and rigidity. This coldness and rigidity kindles the attitude of indifference in the hearts of human beings. And human beings are born to be kind and sympathetic to fellow human beings. How can we say we are a human if we are not having the emotion of kindness and love and sympathy to other human, right? And in case of eyes, one becomes selfish and sometimes becomes so cruel that he doesn't give even a second thought to cause the destruction of mankind at the other end. So all in all, poet says both fire and ice are strong contenders to destroy the world, and the world would soon perish away either way, either by fire or by ice. Nevertheless, world will be destroyed. That is for sure. And we have to wait and watch. God knows if we live till then, that it will be the fire who engulfs the world, or it will be ice which will freeze the earth and humanity at large.